Let's now cross over to our correspondent, Niyi Omoniyi, who has been monitoring the proceedings on the ground in Ondo State. Hello, Niyi. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon from the Sunshine State to you, Leka.
So tell us, how has it been happening? Of course, looking at the primaries held by these other two parties now in Ondo State.
I will start from the charge the YPP candidates ended with there when he was speaking today at the primaries, where he said, "We are not afraid." That phrase is particularly very, very important to that kind of party and other parties that don't fall within the APC and the PDP, because if we look at the statistics, back in 2020, we do know that the African Action Congress came 8th, just polling just 0.14% of the total vote. And the YPP, which was the last one we heard there, came 12th with just 0.07 votes. And I do remember then that the state chairman was the candidate at the time that also contested against the late His Excellency Rotimi Akeredolu. But let's come back to today. For the African Action Congress, they have chosen their candidate in the person of Adekunle Ajayi, who has been very, very strong with his words of affirmation that they need to take back Ondo State from, in his words, incompetent leaders, from leaders who have not done so much, from leaders who have not been able to put Ondo and maximize what Ondo has to offer to its people. And when I was speaking with him today, I asked him, what are his chances of going against the big wigs, the ones who have been there, they understand the polity, and in fact, they've been deputies. And you could hear it from his own statement, because that particular statement was a response to the question we asked, saying that they were part of a government, speaking about the late Rotimi Akeredolu, they were part of a government that was also irresponsible in their own words, and they are here to rectify. Now, let's come back to the YPP, which is in the person who has a candidate in John Akinmurele. He mentioned that it is time for the youth to gear up. It is time for the youth to take back their possession. I don't know how this will roll, but of course, the decider will be the November 16 election. But of course, from statistics, we do know that these two parties do not even fall within the first 5 or the first 7 of elections so far. But that does not take away the fact that they do not have people who believe in them, who believe in what they can do. But we will only get to know when the results comes out.
Well, Niyi, looking at the footage, you will discover that, of course, is what we all see, that the representation of the members of that party are actually young people. We just call them youths. Do you think that these youths have the mettle in terms of mobilizing other youths in Ondo State to try to change the narrative in that state, most especially looking at the fact that they are so bent on trying to claim their mandate in the state and have a youthful representation in the place of power? Do you think that could happen?
I will speak from the words of one of political stalwart I met here in Ondo State, and he said, demographics don't win politics in Nigeria. And I don't know how that plays out, but of course he must have had his reasons for saying that, and that's just the truth. It's not the first time this young progressive party has come out to actually participate in the gubernatorial election, but how far have they gone? So it looks like in Ondo, just like every other state, and even in Nigeria at large, there's a whole lot to how the process is. In fact, I remember during one of the statements of the state chairman of the YPP, he mentioned, he said, if they want to spend money, we will spend money. If they want to do this, we will do this. So I want to believe they also have their own plans, because it goes way beyond just being young. Do we have people who are ready for a change? Do we have people who want a change? Do we have people who are just currently comfortable with what they have and just feel that any intrusion would actually shift the balance in what their plans are? Or do we have people who have a personal interest in their own aspirants and believe that this is their aspirant that can actually do something for this state? So it goes a whole long way. And for now, we don't really know what people are thinking in their hearts. Yes, they might be there for the campaigns, they might be there, they might have voted in a way for their aspirant, but I want to believe that on that particular day, a lot of cross minds will be there. Some people will find themselves at the T-junctions, at people they said they love. Unfortunately, they might not be there. They might not actually cast their vote to them, and that would depend on the conviction the aspirant or the candidates, as I'll put it now, can put in the minds of the people and let them believe in their work so much that they believe that, oh, they can deliver when they become the governor. So I don't think that personally it has to do with demographic, and with what I've heard, I don't think it has to do with demographic, or it has to do with even money. It goes ways beyond that, because I remember the APC primaries. There was one of the candidates that was in a way rumored to have so much money and is ready to spend so much money, but we didn't see that play out. He didn't pick the ticket during the, according to what we heard from party members, he didn't pick the ticket even to become the party flag bearer for the All Progressives Congress. So I do feel that there are a lot of determining factors that play its own part in you emerging as maybe not only the primaries, the candidate for your party, but even winning the election, because it goes way beyond catering to the needs of your party members. We are not talking about a large population of a state that is very, very important, even not only in the polity and in the economy of Nigeria.
Okay. Niyi, Omoniyi, thank you so much. We know that politics in Nigeria is dynamic, but then may the best man win. Thank you so much for being our eyes and ears on the ground. We hope to get more details from you, of course, during the course of the proper elections, the campaigning and all. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me, Lekon.
We're now going on a short break on the news. We still have more stories to come your way in a bit. Don't go away.